Being a believer in Christ can be difficult, especially being one who lives with ADHD, autistic traits, and dyscalculia. I often find that the ways of worship and the ways of being a disciple of Jesus and the work for many other people don't work for me. For example, in my head it is like there are dozens of bees buzzing around, making connections, creative ideas at rapid speed. However, that's the beauty of humanity. God has uniquely crafted us all with special skills to advance the plan here on earth. With a mind that works slightly differently, and the ways in which I communicate with God and God communicates back with me are also slightly different. I often find it difficult to engage with church services because of the need for a long attention span. Often, I get distracted and restless halfway through the sermon, so instead, I supplement the Sunday service by tuning into God in short bursts at home, and by trying to identify God's voice in books, films, or songs. A lot of the time, nothing really happens, I'm just reading through the lines, and I don't really hear anything. But sometimes, ever so often, I read a line that is so challenging, so powerful, and that I believe it can be no one other than God. This is the wonderful and empowering thing about God. There is more than one way to tune in and hear back. I believe that God has given me these gifts and abilities to empower me to be all that I was intended for. It's not all roses. Being a Christian with neurodiverse conditions can be challenging. Yet, there is a poem that reminds me of God's empowering presence in these hard times. Footprints in the Sand, in which God whispers, "My precious child, I love you and I will never leave you, never ever, during your trials and your testings. When you saw only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you." And so, when I have felt alone and disempowered, I remember this. God is always with us, quietly empowering and carrying us. In our daily lives, God is empowering us. That time you say hi to a neighbour, the work you do without expecting anything in return. God is with us, even when we are not aware of it. And I also remember this. God has made us fearfully and wonderfully in His image, with all qualities and attributes supplied to enable us to be all that we were designed to be in God's glorious plan.